Evelyn by James Joyce. She sat at the window watching the evening invade the avenue. Means it was the evening time. Her head was leaned against the window curtains, and in her nostril was the odor of dusty cretonne. She was tired. This cretonne is a cotton fabric used to make curtains. Okay, she was smelling that dust on curtains. She was tired, and this is Evelyn, okay, the main character of our story. Few people passed. The man out of the last house passed on his way home. She heard his footsteps clacking along the concrete pavement, and afterwards crunching on the center path before the new red houses. She is sitting in the window and watching the movement outside, and there are less people outside also. It is not a crowded area. One time there used to be a field there in which they used to play every evening with other people's children. Now she is remembering her childhood, that at this avenue there used to be a field and she used to play with other children. Then a man from Belfast is a city, bought the field and built houses in it, not like their little brown houses, but bright brick houses with shining roofs. Okay, and there were houses constructed in the field. The children of the avenue used to play together in that field. The Devines, the Waters, the Duns, Little Cog, the Cripple, means these are the children from the families. She and her brothers and sister. Ernest, however, never played. He was too grown up. Now, the brother Ernest, the name of the brother is Ernest. He never played because he was grown up. Her father used often to hunt them in out of the field with his blackthorn stick. And when the father came to know that his children are playing in the field, he used to come there and used to scold them, abuse them. Still with a stick, but usually a little cock used to keep nicks. Keep nicks means to keep a watch, because this boy was crippled. Cripple means handicapped. So he used to sit on a wall and used to keep a watch on Evelyn's father. If he was coming, he informed them and call out when he saw a father coming. Still they seem to have been rather happy then. They were happy. Yes, the childhood was not that good, but they used to play with the friends and it was a happy time. Her father was not so bad then. And besides, her mother was alive. Underline this part in your textbook. What were the reasons of being happy that time in the childhood? They used to play, father was not bad, and the most important thing, the mother was alive. That was a long time ago. She and her brothers and sisters were all grown up. Her mother was dead. Teasy Dunn was dead, a friend who used to play in the childhood too. And the Waters had gone back to England. Everything changes. Now she was going to go away like the others, to leave her home. Underline this part also. She is planning. She is in love with a boy and she is planning to run away with that boy. And she is taking the decision and she is sitting there and thinking about her life. Please be attentive right from the beginning. This is an outstanding story written by an outstanding around the room, reviewing all its familiar objects which she had dusted once a week for so many years, wondering where on earth all the dust came from. And this is a very very important part of the story. And the dust here, she has been dusting the home for many years, but this dust comes from where? Okay, this is a symbol, and there is a question on that. So we'll talk in that explanation part, question answer explanation part in detail. But keep that in your mind, that her life has been devoted to keep and to maintain the house. Okay, perhaps she would never see again those familiar objects from which she had never dreamed of being divided. Because she is planning to run away, that's why she is thinking she would never see all these objects again. And yet, during all those years, she had never found out the name of the priest whose yellowing photograph hung on the wall above the broken harmonium beside the colored print of the promises made to Blessed Margaret Mary Alcock. There was a book, and there is a picture also hanging, but she could never get the name of the priest shown in the picture. That shows that she has been dusting and cleaning and sweeping and doing all the other household chores, but she was not interested in that, and she was detached from all those things. He had been a school friend of her father. The priest in the picture, that man was a friend of her father. Whenever he showed the photograph to a visitor, her father used to pass it with a casual word, means telling the visitors, he is in the Melbourne now. That is, my friend is living in Melbourne, Australia now. She had consented to go away, to leave her home. Consented means to give permission. She was ready to go, to leave her home. Was that wise? See now, this is known as indecision. That you keep thinking whether to take the decision, or sometimes we take the decision but we keep reviewing it. Very important quality of the character of this girl, Evelyn. When you write a character sketch, you have to write this quality. Indecision is a quality in this girl. She had consented to go away, to leave her home. Was that wise? And I told you in the previous audio, indecision is a quality in this girl. She tried to weigh each side of the question, means she tried to analyze the question whether to go or not to go. In her home, anyway, she had shelter and food. This is the insecurity, the feeling of insecurity in this girl. If I go with that boy, whether the boy would provide me food or shelter or not, at least here I am getting food and shelter. She had those whom she had known all her life about her, means she lives with familiar people here, brother and father. Of course, she had to work hard, both in the house and at business. Okay, she is doing a job also. What would they say of her in the stores when they found out that she had run away with a fellow, with a boy? She is working in a store. So she is thinking the both sides of the question, whether to go, if go, why, whether not to go, if not, why. Okay, underline this part, very important. Say she was a fool, people will say that she was a fool, perhaps, and her place would be filled up by the advertisement, and a new girl would be given the job in the store. Miss Gone would be glad. This is the honor of the store. She had always had an edge on her, means always complaining to her, especially whenever there were people listening. Miss Hill, don't you see these ladies are waiting? This Miss Hill is Evelyn Hill, okay? Look lively, Miss Hill, please. She would not cry many tears at leaving the stores. So the first person she is thinking about the store owner, that she would be happy that this girl gone. Okay? So see how she is analyzing everything. The feeling of insecurity is there, and there's a feeling that most of the people around her, important part of the story, where she is thinking about her busy life at home. But in her new home, in a distant, unknown country, it would not be like that. Then she would be married, Evelyn. People would treat her with respect then. She would not be treated as her mother had been. See the fear in this girl. Her mother was badly treated by her father. That's why she had a confusion here in her mind that the boy whom she was going to marry, whether the boy would treat her properly or not. Even now, though she was over 19, she sometimes felt herself in danger of her father's violence, father showing the cruelty. Remember Basie in Tomorrow by Joseph Conrad. She knew it was that had given her the palpitation. When she thinks about it, her heart beats fast. Palpitation means heartbeat. When they were growing up, he had never gone for her like he used to go for Harry and Ernest. These are two brothers, Harry and Ernest. The father used to treat them fairly. Because she was a girl, she was never treated well. But latterly he had begun to threaten her and say that what he would do to her only for her dead mother's sake, that whatever good behavior I am showing because of your mother. And she was not behaved well by her father. And now she had nobody to protect her because the mother is dead. Nobody is going to protect her now. Ernest was dead. Keep in your mind, the brother Ernest is dead. Okay? Keep in your mind, I am telling you, Ernest is dead. And Harry, who was in the church decorating business, was nearly always down somewhere in the country. Means the second brother Harry is always busy. That's why she is all alone with the father, and whenever the father is angry, the father is showing the cruelty. Okay? Besides the invariable squabble means arguments. There are some arguments between the father and the daughter. Okay? For money. And on what regard? For money. On Saturday nights had begun to weary her unspeakably, and mostly on Saturday nights, because Sunday is a holiday and the father is asking for money, that you are working in the store, hand over the money to me. She always gave her entire wages, 7 shillings, that is the salary, 7 shillings. And Harry always spent up what he could. But Harry never giving enough money because he used to spend the money. Okay? But the trouble was to get any money from her father. And whenever she requires money, the father is never giving the money to her. He said, and what is the logic the father is giving? She used to squander the money, that you are spending too much money, Evelyn. That she had no head, and you are a fool. Having no head means you are a fool. You don't know how to spend money. That he wasn't going to give her his hard-earned money to throw about the streets. That I am not going to give you any money because I earned the money with a great difficulty. And much more, for he was usually fairly bad on Saturday night, and on Saturday night the father used to behave mostly badly. Okay? In the end, he would give her the money, and if suppose giving the money to this girl, what he is saying to her, and ask her, had she any intention of buying Sunday's dinner, buy food for Sunday's dinner, then she had to rush out as quickly as she could and do her marketing, holding her black leather purse tightly in her hand, and she elbowed her way through the crowds and returning home late under